in June 1967, but remained free while appealing his conviction. Um, so that stopped him from 1964 until he got out in the 1970s from him pursuing his boxing career and getting his titles. Um, while following his suspension for refusing military service, Ali reclaimed his heavyweight title two more times during the 1970s, winning famed bouts against Joe Frazier and George Foreman along the way. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1984, so Ali devoted much of his time after boxing to philanthropy, earning him the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005. Parkinson's disease is a degenerative neurological condition. So in 2005, he created this what is it called? I forget, this association called the Muhammad Ali Muhammad Parkinson's disease, and then so he helps people going around, and he donated lots of money to different hospitals, and he has his own gym in where he was born in Louisiana, called the Muhammad Ali Center.
I have two more people. Next, I'm going to talk about Barack Obama. He was born August 4th, 1961. He was born as Barack Hussein Obama II. He was the 44th president. He was our first black president, which is really, really great. And he was president from 2009 to 2017. And my last person is Martin Luther King. He was born January 15th, 1929 through April 4th, 1968. He was born as Michael King Jr. He protested nonviolent protests. James Earl Ray assassinated Martin Luther King, and he gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech.
Now, I have a question for you. I know that in school that they teach a lot, because you're in 7th grade, right?
Yeah.
So in school they teach a lot about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. Do you feel that they should teach more about different people in Black history? And do you think they should make the difference between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King?
Yeah, I think so. Because I remember, through all of elementary school, because now I'm in middle school, all through elementary school, the two main people that I knew was obviously Barack Obama, and I knew Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. Those are the three people that I actually knew, because they never talked about anybody else. So I think that they should talk about more people than just the three main people. So I mean, they really did make a difference, but I feel like there's more people out there.
Yeah, I feel like there's more people, and not only that, I feel that, and a lot of my friends feel that same way, that when it gets to Black history, when it comes to February, mainly what they talk about is those three people, and they talk about slaves. They talk about the Civil War. That's the time when they start talking about that. I feel that they shouldn't just teach that, because every single year we basically learn the same thing, or we'll just learn a little bit more about how the Civil War and how when we were slaves. So I feel that we should, teachers should talk more about, there's 28 days in February. I feel that we should, at least every week, learn about somebody new, somebody that was made a difference in Black history, and not just how we were slaves, and not just the three top people.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm actually in school since it's February. We're learning about Black history now, and my teachers, the people that they talk about is slaves and those three people, and we mostly talk about slaves since I'm learning about it in social studies. But I would it's not that I feel uncomfortable, but I would feel more comfortable if we talked about people who actually made a difference instead of people who were enslaved by white people.
Yeah.
And I would like it more if we learned about Maya Angelou. I never heard her name in a classroom.
Yeah, even before now I knew who Malcolm X was, and I knew like how his stance was and when he was assassinated. But like before yesterday and before this week, when I was doing research, I found out that I really didn't know much about him. And and even that with Rosa Parks, the main thing that they teach about Rosa Parks is that when she refused to surrender her seat to a white passenger in Montgomery. Like that's the only thing I really knew. I didn't know how she won all these medals and how they boycotted for a year, and they had thousands and thousands of people that made Montgomery lift their laws on segregation on buses. So that was a big difference that I didn't even really know about. I just knew that she gave up her seat.
Yeah, and Ruby Bridges, I actually didn't know about her because in reading class, we have to do this assignment about biographies, and I wanted to do Black history. That was what all my biographies were going to be about. So I did Nina Simone. I knew about her from my mom, and I did a whole bunch of other people. But I came across Ruby Bridges, and I had no idea who she was, and I was like, who is this? And I realized that she was the first Black person to go to an all-white school, and I had to read that on my own. Nobody taught me about it. Nobody told me about it. So I just think that they should probably change that in the school and talk about more people like her and other people.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's all teachers that only talk about slaves, because there are some teachers, and the teachers that I have now, that they do talk about other things, and we do have debates. Like, and it's not even like some of the debates are like controversial. But like right now we're talking about like the history, because one of the debates that we had, and we were talking about the shooting that happened in South Carolina and we're talking about the Confederate flag, and should it be allowed to be used in school, and should it in private, yes, but in public, should it allowed to be in school? Should they be able in public buildings, should they be allowed to fly the flag? And I feel that with that we get to learn from, like, because most of the time when you think of Confederate flag, what do you think about when you see the Confederate flag? Yeah, most people in my class said that they think about white supremacy, they think about the KKK, and how all these shootings that happen. Now, and then learned about the other side, because we watched an interview with a young Black man that was in college, that he had the Confederate flag in his room. And when they were interviewing him on the news, he said that it was how he didn't see it as white supremacy, because he knows that that's how some people see it. He sees it as his heritage, and how when his great ancestors, when they were cooks, and that they were awarded and they were free because what they did in the army when the Civil War, and how courageous they were. So that's how he sees it as his heritage, and he's proud of that. So we get to see both sides, and not only that, and I feel that more teachers should be doing that and teaching both sides and showing both sides.
I do think that teachers should put two sides to a story, because actually in school we're learning about the slaves and stuff, and they talk about how like slaves had to grow rice and had to do all this stuff, but like they never talk about like who thought of all this stuff. Like I know that when I was talking to Nyla, she was saying how like Hennessy, that didn't come from the company it's from now.
Yeah.
It came from a Black person, and their master took it from them. And now, all these generations later, it's still theirs. And nobody gives credit to those people who actually made it.
Like, I feel like especially when I was little, I knew, like, when we would watch, like, TV shows in school, or we would watch something, or they'll show us, like, a National Geographic, or stuff like that. They'll show, or the, I think it's called Bio, they showed us, like, the top 20 things that were invented, or that was thought of in by Black people in America. And they even like Thomas Edison, Thomas Edison did have slaves, and some of the stuff that Thomas Edison took his thing from, like the not necessarily the light bulb, but some of his inventions were thought of by Black people, and he just expanded on that and took credit for it. So I feel how schools should, and I learned that by myself, like no one taught me that, and I feel that that's what teachers should be teaching, not just how February comes and we learn about slaves, and then from then on we don't talk about anything else.
Yeah, and I think, because February is Black History Month, but like I feel like that's when teachers think like, okay, this is where I talk about Black people, and then after this month I never have to talk about them again. And I think that shouldn't happen, because like Black people like are a thing. Like we're not just like someone who like we just spend a month on and then we forget about them.
Not a holiday.
And I just think that like maybe we should spend more time on us, because then after this we just learned about like George Washington.
Yeah,
He was a white man who did good stuff, but like we don't learn about any black people who did good stuff. We just have this 1 month.
Or if we do learn it only in this month. We don't learn it all throughout history, all throughout the school. We do.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people are like, I didn't even know this. I thought Black History Month was only in the United States, but it's not. It's always it's celebrated in the United States and Canada in February, and then actually in the United Kingdom in October. And I never knew that before this morning, and I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a shame that I think by you guys bringing it up, it adds a lot more credit to, because I told y'all, I was just talking with Naeem, and I was letting her know that I don't believe in Black History Month. Unfortunately, that's not my view, because I believe black folks have put so much work into this planet and this world and making this civilization so great that I think every day is Black History Month, is Black history. You know what I mean? Because everything we see around us is either, like there are certain patents that were taken away from us and we'll never get it back, like the cell phone, like the stoplights, like even fabrication of the cars, like
Video
games. George Washington Carver made a material that to make cars out of, instead of using metal. So now, it's, these are just different things, even fried chicken and things like Kentucky Fried Chicken and places like that. Like, back in those days, we were the only ones cooking. So, or we were the only ones who put flavor to the food. So, again, we've lost a lot of history. So a month is a desecration to my ancestors and to the people who fought for us. So I will never fall for the monthly thing, but I appreciate that it is acknowledged. And I'm glad that you guys are bringing it up. I don't want to, break the conversation. I just wanted to say that, I have a different point of view. And that view is Black History Every Day. And y'all are making Black history today. And somebody's going to be talking about y'all 50 years from now about how y'all made a way for them. So.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with you. I'm happy you said that, because I know a lot of people, and I know I have some family that they say they have the same view, and that that we're happy, that we're not saying that we're not happy we're getting the Black History Month, but we feel that why is it just Black History Month? Why don't we do that all the time? Why don't we learn about Black history throughout the whole year and not just February and just this time?
And it helps young people gain a sense of self. Again, like I know, people say, oh, but white lives matter and this, but the whole point is that we, young black people from, as long as we've been in this country, we've been disenfranchised, even to this day. So therefore, we have to make a concerted effort to make ourselves known that we are Americans too. Because I get this thing about hardworking American. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I know you're not talking about hardworking. The hardest working Americans were, the African Americans that were here and people who came here from other countries, because black people don't stop at in the United States. Black people, you can find them in Mexico, you can find them in Central America, you can find them in South America. Has the largest population of Africans outside of Africa. If you go to Caribbean, if you go to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, you find black folks everywhere of every shape, creed, and color. That's why we're called colored folks.
Yep.
And we've all
take it back further than that too. It goes a lot. It goes further back.
It goes all the way up to like the 1600s.
Right.
Not even like, even if you look like in your Bibles, in the Book of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5, he says, I am black but comely, O you daughters of Jerusalem. When you look at what the word comely means, the word comely means beautiful.
Right.
So when he says I am black but comely, he's telling you I am black and beautiful. When you look at who Moses was, Moses tells you in the Bible that he was a black man. So this goes back further than just what
Slavery,
they say.
right.
It goes back further than just slavery. It goes back to the biblical days when they gave the description of Christ. The description of Christ was a black man.
Right.
So like these things go back a lot further than what they're teaching us in our educational system. So we have to take this time to learn these things ourselves.
Right. We have to self-teach our kids, and that's what I do with my daughters. And y'all got your head on straight. So the same thing I'm sure is in your household, that we just kind of teach the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people will
know where we come from.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Know who you are, because that sense of self-respect gives you dignity. And a lot of problems in the streets that we see with kids running rampant,
Yeah.
going to prison, getting involved, is because they have no sense of self. They have no place in history. When they turn on the TV and they look at who's the professionals, who are the people who are making the best. When they say professional, professional hotel person, professional bar fixer, professional treehouse master, professional log chopper, whatever the professional is, you never see a black face or anything professional expert. And it's a shame that as much as we've contributed to this country and to the world, that we don't, I mean, we have to make it fair and balanced. And that's what it's about. It's not about making somebody above the other. It's about, look, it's time to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? There are experts from everywhere. There are professionals from everywhere.
And not what just the media shows you, because there's a lot of media that shows you that, like, even I know my dad used to say, when like you turn the TV on, if it was a crackhead on TV, it was always black. If it was a drug dealer, always
Yeah.
black. There was never the black doctor. There was never the black lawyer. There was never the black cop.
Engineer,
Engineer. There was nothing like that. It was
Right.
always showing white people as, and not just, I'm not saying just white people, but they saw them as the professionals, and then we were the criminals. We were always the gangsters and everything.
Well,
That's how-
lazy.
Yep, and
I'm
that's
like,
how.
lazy.
Yep, and that's how the media portrayed us,
Right.
and that's what everyone gets in their head. So I feel that we should be, like you said, educating ourselves, and we should know where we come from. So when we have a conversation out in the street or with another teacher, we shouldn't be ignorant, and we shouldn't be, because we're kids. So if we go talk to an adult, and they automatically have the most say, they automatically have what they're going to know, obviously more than us, and they're going to not like coarse our words, but coarse the way we think and make the way we think different, because they're going to tell us their side. So we need to know where we come from, our heritage. We have to know us.
Right, because I just think that, that if we don't take this initiative, our history will be lost. And we have, again, math, science, Imhotep, you know what I mean? These are people who structured the blueprints for mathematics, science, and medicine. I mean, even if you look at some of the emblems they put on the medicine with the serpent around the staff, comes from, I mean, people think Egypt is not even in Africa. I mean, they're bugging. And, even the people we see who have contributed to Egypt now, who are there, they may be people who are what I call Middle Eastern or Mediterranean people, but the original people of Egypt were Africans, period. There's no other thing to it. And we all share that culture of Egypt and other cultures around the world, even in Asia and in everywhere. If you look, Africans are a big contributor. We spread out throughout the world and brought history and brought culture. Even the Moors brought, some type of civilization to Spain and in these areas in in Europe. So, we want to contribute, because they're not going to do it. I just don't believe they even have the knowledge to know the truth, because the truth is a hard thing to swallow. And unfortunately, we got two youth with Youth Voice Collective on Genesis Radio presenting this truth to the world that teachers and books should be having in school. So from now on, this is probably going to be our school. So you tune in 11 o'clock on Saturday. Uh-oh.
Hello, welcome to Youth Voice Collective, Genesis Radio.
Hi, good morning, Israel, Naima, OG. It's Cornelia from New Jersey.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Hi.
Good, I'm listening to you guys, and I listen every Saturday. I'm so proud of what you're doing. But one of the things that I hope you guys do is I'm just so happy to hear young people, engaging and finding out more about the history and talking about it and seeing our greatest side and seeing some of the analogies where that was not brought out. One of the things I hope you guys think about is documenting, writing down some of these things that you're discovering and presenting it from a youth perspective.
Yes, definitely.
Because the feeling, I think, a lot from the older generation was that, they're not really interested in our history. And now I see young people more and more engaged, but document. That's all I can say.
And get to learn more. And I see what you're saying, that you want us to know and have it like written down in our heads, and you want us to know our history and where we come from. And you feel that
Right.
everyone should do.
Right. And as you discover more things, talk about and share it with your friends.
Yeah.
That you see that I know for myself, I'm learning things that I didn't even know. So I'm proud of what you're doing there. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yes, and to anyone else who's listening, I feel like exactly what she just said. When you learn something, and it doesn't even have to be about Black history. When you learn something, it should be your duty as a person to preach that and tell everyone that you know. So when you learn something something good, something about your heritage, you should tell other people that associate with you or that it doesn't even have to be associated with you. Just go out and teach other people. You'll be learning until the day you die.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we do have a lot to learn, and I'm just glad that these young people are taking the initiative to be teachers.
Yes.
They're not certified, they didn't go to college, they're not even out of the school yet themselves, but yet they're presenting something that is a necessity. If we're going to fix the problem, building more prisons ain't going to do nothing. Okay, it's just going to make better prisoners, better criminals, and we're going to have another problem on our hands. What we need to do is to prevent our kids from being hopeless and creating hopeless activities. We got to give them a sense of hope within first, and then give them a plan to use that hope to create a path for themselves outwardly. And that path that they're creating starts right here. It starts by having a platform. Genesis Radio, Youth Voice Collective. This is what we're doing here. We're not just here talking and we're educating. And I'm so proud of Naima and Israel and Nyla. I'm so proud of y'all. I don't want to overtalk you, but
Yeah, it's okay.
Right. And yes, and again, just as much information as you have, just keep putting it out there. And from the youth perspective, it's amazing. I'm loving hearing it because you're babies and you're taking it on and you're bringing out the information and you'll keep the story going because that's how we keep our legacy going.
Yep, and with that, our duty is our generation because eventually one day we're gonna be the adults. We're gonna be the adults, and we're gonna have kids. We're gonna have other kids doing this show. So it's our duty to learn as much as we know, so we can pass it on to the next generation.
All right, you keep on keeping on, because I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling Youth Voice Collective, and thank you for putting forth. I'm so glad that, this is what we need from people, to be engaged. We need you to be engaged. We need you to sponsor. We need you to donate. Bring your time. Bring your energy. So we know what resources we have in our circle to work with to help these young people get their message to the world.
Yep, and with that, if you guys want to call for all the other viewers, it's call Genesis Radio at 888-304-4401. Again, 888-304-4401.
That is, again, 888-304-4401.
All right, thank you, and peace out.
All right, peace out.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right. So back to the conversation we were having before, how like people are not just now realizing Black accomplishments, but like now people are seeing it more because they're making movies and they're writing books and stuff. And one of the things that came out just this year, but it happened a while ago, was the NASA movie, Hidden Figures.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I definitely think that we should have more. Not like I was saying before. I feel that the youth should have more idols, and not just like you see the gangster rappers. You see like all the you see the football players in sports and stuff like that. I feel that you should have more movies and more heroes and idols and people that you look up to, that you want to be like, that portray professionals, that like you see like what we were saying before, doctor, lawyer. We can have the engineers, and even if you're not qualified to do a job, you should be still go, like every day you can learn something new. Just go, like everyone, this is a challenge, the new challenge, the new wave. Hello, welcome to Youth Voice Collective, Genesis Radio. How's your day? How's your morning going?
Hi, it is Nyla.
Hey, Nyla, how you doing?
I am good. I'm hearing the show, and you guys sound great. And I
Thanks.
do agree with the things you guys are saying.
Could you speak a little louder, please?
I said you guys are doing great.
All right, thank you.
And
Thank you.
I am agreeing with the things that you're saying about our Black History Month, about how it's should be more. It should have more attention towards it. You guys sound amazing, entertaining all these people.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Could you speak up a little bit though? I need because you're coming in kind of low.
Hey, you're kind of breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Probably the connection.
Okay. So we're looking forward to next week and having you here.
We're missing you. We're missing you.
Yes, we are definitely missing you here.
Definitely. I do want to come back in.
All right, we can't wait. Can't wait.
You have any questions? You have anything for our audience you want to say?
I think that you guys should listen to us. Please sponsor and donate, and thank you for listening to us.
All right, yep, that's definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Nyla.
All
Bye.
right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, with that, kind of forget what I was talking about before. So
Oh, hidden
hidden
figures.
figures. All right, yeah. So I feel that we should. This is the new challenge, the new wave. Everybody, and it doesn't matter if you're youth, if you're an adult, no matter how old you are. Everybody at least learn 10 facts every single day, and then share them with somebody. So it can be 10 facts about anything, about history, current events, anything.
Yeah, I agree because I think that helps due to repetition. It's almost like when you're working out, you do it repetitively to build a muscle. If we do like he says, it takes 10 facts a day, you understand how much that educates your brain and opens up brain cells and neural activity, Do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. And even when we were preparing for the show, we needed facts and we were looking up stuff. We were trying to do research so we can make this a good show for you guys. And we actually learned a lot while we were researching. Like, I was on the phone with Israel, he kept getting exciting.
And we were talking about, we were like on the phone for like about an hour, and then I was like, even this morning I woke up in about 5 minutes and I got 3-4 pages of notes. Hello, welcome to Genesis Radio, Youth Voice Collective.
Hi, my name is Anthea Beckles.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, Anthea Beckles, one of our sponsors. This is one of our sponsors, y'all.
I sound a little sleepy because I'm calling all the way from California.
Oh, all right, thank you. We're reaching out.
I'm just, yes, I wake up, I set my alarm just to listen. There are no words to describe how proud I am for all three of you. Just not talking about it, being about it. And I just think so much can happen from this platform that you have. With regard to famous black folks that have contributed and made a huge impact in our world, I just thought it would be really, I would hear the names that you're mentioning, and I love what I'm even learning. That just a suggestion, what if every show you mentioned one black person that contributed and made an impact to just keep this going? Now this could be a solution to the problem we have out there that the youth don't know.
Yeah,
It's not just a typical Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a great idea actually, and I was kind of thinking of something similar to that. And every day we can do, like every other week we'll do somebody in history. We can even do 2 every week. We'll do someone in history and then someone in current events that's making a difference.
Yes, I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yes, we
There you go.
100% agree with you
I
on
just-
that.
You know what? I think just when I think of the show, I think it's the solution show. Youth Collective Voices is the solution show. So proud of you. Keep going. You represent, and I listen. I tune in all the way from California.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Hey, thank you. I just want to thank you again for your $100 donation to Youth Voice Collective. We are a very good sponsor. We thank you for everything, you and Mr. Beckles. Thank you for listening in.
All right. Take care. Keep on keeping on.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, thank you for the sponsor. And like you were saying before, like we can, like she was saying, we can have a fact every day about a black person. Like it doesn't even have to be current events. It could be, and like everyone can be learning something every day. Like I know that I learned a lot of stuff trying to do this project, and and I just think that it's a really good idea if we do that.
it doesn't even have to be. We don't even have to really do just Black African Americans. We could do Hispanics. We could do Hispanics, Asians, whites. We could do everything. We just have to get the facts known and everything that's going on right now in our community and in the world we live in today.
Yeah, I think it's just important that that's the importance of it, and that's what makes it so great, because we're diverse when we present facts. We're not one-sided. We're not just saying we want to know Black history. We want to infuse it because people should know it. But I think all history has a big place in us learning the broader spectrum of where our future is going. You know, if we don't know where we come from and we don't know what made us where we're at, how are we going to know how to go forward?
Yep.
If we don't have progressive young folks like yourself putting this word out here, making it known, how are we going to know? Where are we going to go? We have no sense of direction, no map, no plan of action.
And then with that, I feel that we should be proud of who you are, be proud of your nationality, and be proud of your culture. And because I'm Black, but I'm also Puerto Rican. My mom's Puerto Rican and my dad's Black. So I have a lot of culture from both sides, and I can tell you from the Hispanic side, and I can tell you from the Black side of everything. So I feel that no matter what you are, you should be proud of who you are and know where you come from.
Yeah, and the culture, because the culture is important, like beats, bars, and culture. It's like culture, you know what I'm saying? You know, culture is something that we share. That's what makes the human existence so great. It's like having oranges, apples, grapes, and strawberries. Strawberries don't try
Whole
to...
fruit salad, yo.
Exactly.
Everything. Just put whipped cream in that and just eat it up.
Exactly. It's not like you just saying, oh, oranges are like the dominant fruit. No, there's a lot of oranges, but there's a lot of strawberries. And each of them have a place in this fruit salad we call civilization. All a contributing factor.
And even that, we call America the melting pot. I feel that everyone, like, because I know, like, some of my teachers are saying that people, when they used to come here, they just wanted to learn English, they wanted to have American culture. But not just that, where American culture, there's no such thing as American culture. It's called culture in general, because we have people from all over the world, from different countries. Everyone has a different religion, everyone has a different language, and everyone. Hello, welcome to Youth Voice Collective.
Genesis Radio.
I would like to comment on the show. I think you guys brought up a great topic, and I like today's show. It's going slow. So, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is this Amaya, you said?
Yes.
How are you, little Maya? Go ahead.
And
What?
I wanted to ask you, how old are you? How old are you?
9.
9, yes. And see, like, to all our viewers, we have the youth. We are reaching out to the youth. We have youth calling us. So anyone who wants to call, and she just wanted to call and said that she agrees with what we're saying and saying that she's happy that we're learning this and she's teaching this. So I feel like anyone else, any other youth is watching, you should call 888-304-4401 at Genesis Radio to ask us a question.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Madison, and
Hey, Madison.
hi. And I like your show, and I think that's going viral, and I think that you could, and I think that, and I also want to say that you teach a really, really good topic,
Thank you.
and you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for calling in. Okay?
Hi, my name is Leanna, and
a lot of them.
You're not the same like other radio shows. And good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank
support.
you.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you for everyone who's calling. We still have a lot of time left. We still have 20 minutes. So if you want to call, again, you can call at Genesis Radio to talk to Youth Voice Collective at 888-304-4401. And back to the topic we're talking about. That so I feel that like what we were saying that this is a melting pot. We live in America. And I'm not just talking about the United States. I'm talking about all over the world. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your culture. And with that, not only know your culture, know other people's culture, because you should. I hate to use the word ignorant, but don't be ignorant and use, because there's a lot of people that I know that they'll make fun of somebody, or just say someone's wearing a turban. Someone will automatically say that's a terrorist. No, that doesn't mean that they're a terrorist. And I hate to use that one as example, but that's the most that we see right now in school and in public places. That's their religion, that's their culture that they wear, that's their headdress. So I feel that know your culture, but know other culture too, so you're not ignorant to the world around you.
Yeah, and also know what language you're speaking. You have to understand, what are we speaking right now? What language are we speaking right now?
English.
Where does that come from? England.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Be like, oh no, America.
Hello, welcome to Use Voice Collective Genesis Radio. How's your morning going?
It's going wonderfully. I'm really enjoying your broadcast.
Thank you.
And I also like the idea of expanding the number of people who are highlighted during Black History Month and throughout the year. So I want to offer Shirley Chisholm.
Oh, Shirley Chisholm.
Write it down.
Let me write that down.
She was the first African-American woman to have a seat in Congress. And when I was in high school, I really admired her and got a chance to meet her once, which was like the highlight of my high school.
Uh-huh. So it's
So-
Shirley Chisholm, okay.
Shirley Chisholm, and to say the type of person she was. She ran for president in 1972.
Oh.
Obviously didn't get very far
Uh-huh.
being African-American and a woman.
Mhm.
But one of the people at the time who was a real racist was George Wallace.
Yes.
And eventually in 1972, he was shot and he was paralyzed as a result. And she went to visit him. And people were amazed because he was such a racist against everything she stood for. And she went to visit him and, offered whatever help she could. And then a few years later, when she was introducing legislation to, I think it was for something to do with salaries for domestic workers,
Mm-hmm.
he then repaid her kindness by pushing other Southern congressmen to help her out.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's definitely someone we'll be highlighting soon.
Yes.
I'm telling you, she was an amazing, amazing woman. So,
Pardon me, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
my name is Laurel, and I'm calling from East Stroudsburg.
Oh, okay. We just want to thank you, Laura, for calling in.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I love this show. That one of you is in 7th grade amazes me,
All right.
and because this is such a professional, intelligent show.
All right.
So I think it's wonderful.
Thank you for calling in. I'll see you on Monday.
You bet you will. And then I'm going to ask you about 10 facts.
All right,
I learned over the weekend.
Yep. And then I'm going to ask you right back your 10 facts.
Uh-oh. Okay. I got to get going and take some notes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Laurel. Please tune in again.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, see how important it is? Oh, wow.
Another caller. Hello, welcome to Youth Voice Collective Genesis Radio. How's your morning going? What's your name?
My morning is going well. This is Anthea Beckles again from California, and I just wanted to mention, after I hung up, I thought about what you said about current people that are making a difference in addition to the past. So I just want to throw out there someone for you to consider. Maybe they'll come on your show, and they're local.
Mm-hmm.
In New Jersey, there are three. They're called the Three Brothers. There were three young kids that now they're in their 40s, but when they were younger, they lived in a really bad neighborhood. Really suffered. Lived in poverty, and they made a pact with each other when they were young. I think they were like 10 years old, and they were just friends. And they made a promise: when we grow up, we will become doctors, and we will support each other until we become doctors. And once we do that, we will come back to our neighborhood and help people. Fast forward, all three became doctors. And now they have a foundation called the Three Doctors Foundation. They live in Jersey. They grew up in Newark, and they live in Jersey, and they're doing big things for the youth. And so those are current people that are making a difference in the community, and I hope they come on your show.
Yeah, definitely. We'll
Again,
reach out to
thank you.
them.
Yeah, we'll reach out to them. Definitely. Thank you, Miss Beckles.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, and you guys see we had 3 or 4 callers. We still have about 10 minutes. You can call at, again, 888-304-4401, and that is 888-304-4401.
Youth Voice Collective, Genesis Radio. This is what we do here. We're presenting the facts. We're bringing forth some education.
We're paying it forward.
We're paying it forward. You're not paying it forward again. Just I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were talking about, oh, I'm got mine, and everybody got to get theirs. But I tried to explain them the laws of the universe don't even work like that. Electricity works by circulating, being reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in the universe that works outside of that. So if you think that we can't come together to make things happen, you're going to slowly die. And I mean, I know it sounds harsh to words, but, you know, I have to make the importance of us being collective and coming together and paying it forward and being reciprocal and investing in our young people. We got to do it. At this platform at Genesis Radio with Youth Voice Collective, this is the platform you can invest into. You can invest in a phone call. You can invest into saying something, or even coming here and being a guest on the show. But bring something to the table. Don't just be a listener, be a participator, be a walker, not just a talker.
Mm-hmm. And even with that, I want you guys. Sorry, my voice is a little dry. Even with that, I want you. With that, what am I trying to say?
Yeah.
Trying to get my
Let's
thoughts
get it together. Your thoughts are all good, man. You're doing so great here. I mean, you know, are you gonna run for president?
Yep, I already told my teachers that too. Like one day I'm gonna have like my 3 books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a surgeon. I'm gonna be maybe in the Navy, and then one day I'm gonna run for president.
See, that's
So
what I'm
y'all see me one day.
I see you now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm so proud of you, young. I just want to say I'm so proud of you, young brother. You're a representative of a hidden, like we have hidden figures. You're a hidden figure. Because,
thank you.
You know, we put a lot of emphasis on young people, like I said, playing basketball, and I have nothing against sports, but we're inundated with that.
Yeah.
We're so flooded, and none of those things, none of those football players, none of those basketball players are collectively working together to build schools in our community. I'm not saying they're not doing it individually. I want to take credit to the people that are. But as a collective group of football players, basketball players, hip-hop artists, entertainers, they're not coming together building schools. They're not coming together making radio stations for young people to do these type of things. Terry P is, though, you know what I mean? And Genesis Radio is, you know what I mean? And it's not like that we have a whole lot of money, but we have a whole lot of room for improvement.
And we got a whole lot of heart, too. And it doesn't just have to be us. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to have money or anything. Just go out in your community and talk to people. Get something going. Like, I know soon we're going to be volunteering places, and we're going to be volunteering at food works and stuff. Hello, welcome to Genesis Radio, Youth Voice Collective.
Hello, this is Nyla calling again.
What's up?
What's up, Nyla?
After you guys got off the phone, I heard you guys start to talk about how people are being very racial when they say, oh, you have on a turban or something and you're a terrorist. I completely agree with what you guys are saying because I have seen people treat other people so dirty for their religion, for what they believe in. But that's like them saying, oh, if you speak Arabic or something like that, you need to get out of the state. But imagine us going to their state and saying, if you speak English, you need to get out of our state.
Yeah.
How would you feel? How would you feel? Someone could say, oh, if you're wearing a hat, oh, you're American, get out of the state.
You got an afro.
It does sound funny, but that's how it sounds. If you're wearing your New York Yankees hat, and someone says, oh, you have on a hat, get out the state.
But Nyla, real quick, there's a history of that in this country, of labeling people, you know, based on what they look like. I mean, it's a history that we got to erase, and that's what we're doing here. We're showing, that's why we're going to have people from all walks of life, because we got to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
These
just
racial slurs and everything. Like, I feel how it's like, when you go in the hood, a hoodie is a hoodie. You see, you're going, of course, like what you said, like with the turbans and stuff, you're going to get treated if you're a white person with a hoodie and walking on the street, and if you're a black person walking with a hoodie in the street, because how the media and how people portray us already, if you have your hood up, people think that you're gonna either rob them or see, or when even you're walking the street, you'll see some people walk. If you dress how you want, how I always dress, I want to dress how I want to be addressed. If you're gonna dress like you're gonna be a bum, you're gonna get treated like a bum. You're gonna dress proper and dress professional. You're gonna get treated as a professional. Because there's been a bunch of times that I've been like, even like events in school and stuff, that I would go and I'd be the only one dressed up, and I would get pointed out for that too. And I'd be like, I'm happy that you dress up and you look professional. So I want you guys to say, when you guys walk in the street, get rid of these racial slurs. Dress the opposite. People think that you're going to be dressing raggedy and dressing like that. Put a polo on, put a dress shirt on, put a tie on.
And pull your pants up.
Yeah, especially pull your pants up. Wear a belt.
Right. No, it's not because they don't have a belt.
Yeah.
No, I see people wearing a belt and their parents are down their butt.
Yeah, they got belts all day. I'm not giving no. What'd you say, Nyla?
Nothing. I was just saying that it's true.
Yeah, I'm not giving nobody no free passes. There ain't no belt like they forgot. It's just like racism. It's not like, ooh, there's somebody. No, people know what they're doing, and they just need to be more conscious. I'm not giving nobody no free passes like they act like they didn't know what it was, or I had a belt, but it was too. Nah, get out of here.
Even with that, like, sagging came, like, pulling your pants came from prison. That came from, you only get one size of pants and shirt, a general size, and so their pants would be falling down. And then when they got to prison, they would still be doing that because that's what they're used to. Why would you want to associate with somebody that was in prison or somebody that was in jail? Why?
Because jail is glamorized. Prison is glamorized. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I've been to prison, and it's just like you got a strike. Yeah, you've been to prison, but what'd you do when you got out? I know plenty of people in prison. They got out and did something with their lives. They don't claim prison like it's some quote unquote like it's
or
some,
if you go to prison you're gonna be hard, that's the only way, or if you kill somebody, like, no, why?
Right. We got warriors from all backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff makes you. You know what makes people who they are? Being yourself. That's it. Simple as that. It's so simple.
I agree with you guys.
Yeah. So, we just got with Youth Voice Collective, Genesis Radio, this platform, we are educating people. Even adults, you need to listen in. Again, we're speaking English. And this is not from America. This is from England. You know what I'm saying? So when the British were coming here from England, they were calling them terrorists. Oh, the British are coming.
Yep.
Yeah, because they were speaking proper English and we were speaking our English. And that's how we knew they were so-called terrorists, because they were British. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't have that. When Italians came here, when Irish came here, it was the same thing. They brought their good and bad, just like they say, oh, they're bringing this. Well, everybody brought their little stuff, their problems, their good and their bad with them. But anyway, I don't want to keep talking. We're going to continue this conversation. We're about to shut down on the hour. We want to give thanks to our sponsors after this. So thanks.
Yep. Thank you all our sponsors. Thank you for everybody that called in today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else, like any other show, we're live every Saturday from 11 to 12. You can call in and we're live from Genesis Radio in East Stroudsburg. If you want to call in anytime, any Saturdays at 888-304-4401. Again, that's 888-304-4401. I want to thank you, all the viewers. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for all the sponsors. And we need more sponsors. Any of you guys want to call us, even after the show or anything, hit OG up and you get your sponsors.
Yeah, well, I want to name the sponsors that have sponsored us so far. I want to thank Hybrid 570, Hybrid MMA 570, Kristen Grandos, Anthony and Eric Beckles from San Jose, California. I want to thank Odette Russell with the Swam Academy and Martial Arts Academy and the whole entire Swam family for their contribution to keep us going, and people for putting their time and energy. I want to thank Miss McDonald for putting her energy. She's a sponsor. She comes here every day and does what she has to do, with the kids, filming, putting in. We want to thank Grovel from Beats Bars and Culture. We want to thank TP Square that's about to come on next. And go ahead.
All right, thank you. What is called? So again,
Yes.
go ahead.
No, I'm saying thank you.
And
All
we
right,
want to say,
thank you.
remember, it's Genesis Radio, GYNESIS Radio.
Remember, it's Genesis with a Y, not an E.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Yeah, Nina's not feeling too well. It's okay, but she's still like a warrior. She came through.
Yep,
So give her credit. And she still did what she had to do. We're proud of her. She's a young queen in the making,
Yeah.
a little princess.
And
you're
she
king.
still knew a lot of stuff that I didn't even know. And I'm a junior in high school, and she's a 7th grader, so she knew a lot.
You too, Nyla.
Thank you. Goodbye to all people.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. Again, we'll be back next Saturday. Remember that we are the voice. We're the Youth Voice Collective at Genesis Radio every Saturday.
11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
All right, and I wanted to say peace out. See ya.
And right now we're about to go into TP Square mode. Everybody, get ready. It's about to go on.
All right.